Coming up on today's news, we talk about major backstage upset over WWE's treatment of Big E, Shane McMahon's Royal Rumble creative plans, those genius plans, they've been revealed, and an NXT champion makes a shock appearance at an indie event. Find out who and where in a little tickle, everybody. You like Big E, don't you, Andrew?
I like Big E. You like Big E as well, don't you?
I love Big E. Big E's been one of my favourite professional wrestlers ever since he became a sexual being as part of the New Day. His Kavoka is off the scale, but it's fair to say that since becoming WWE Champion towards the arse end of last year, WWE have done Big E dirty, have they not, Andrew?
Unbelievably dirty. So obviously we reported last week that morale in the WWE locker room has been at a record low, and according to Wade Keller, PW Touch VIP Audio, one point of contention is the treatment of Big E. So he says, I've asked around and all I've gotten, is people who are really upset, you know, with the rug being pulled out from under him, and I haven't heard anything about there being an awareness of an issue with him, and I think the people I have asked would know as well.
Yes, that is news to us, isn't it?
That is news to us as well.
That's why we're here speaking about it now.
It is.
But you look at Big E, I should continue here. We look at Big E's sort of trajectory since he won the title. He held that title for 110 days.
Yes.
And while he held that title, there wasn't too many big world champion moments, was there?
This is what I was thinking as well whilst reading this. I was like, out of the programme with Roman Reigns, honestly, I can't really think of much more about his title reign, and that's such a shame as well.
It was one of those cases, sorry. It's one of those cases where the journey was a lot better than the destination.
Absolutely.
And that is often commonplace with WWE and their title reigns, where with people who haven't been there before and then get there, and they're like, oh, they weren't quite cutting it, but it had nothing to do with us.
No.
So let's put them back down the card once again. And I'm scared that Big E's going to fall into that category. I hope he doesn't. He shouldn't do, but bloody hell, it's scary, isn't it?
It is scary because we've seen it obviously with Drew McIntyre as well, and I think once McIntyre lost the belt, I think a lot of us thought he would get his big moment again in front of crowds and whatnot, and it's just not come to fruition, has it? And I think it's just putting a dampener on everything too, because that's not necessarily something we really want to see now, is it?
No. And after that underwhelming title reign, of course, he lost it to Brock Lesnar at day one. And then we get to the Royal Rumble match. He enters number 26. He's eliminated by Riddle and Randy Orton after 6 minutes and 37 seconds. He was a lot of people's favourite for the Rumble match itself, and understandably so.
Yep.
But nothing came to happen once again. What else did we hear from Wade Keller in that second paragraph right there?
He said, Keller went on to say he hadn't heard anything specific that would cause Big E to seemingly be removed from the main event picture. However, he has obviously been drafted back to SmackDown along with New Day members Kofi Kingston and King Xavier. So that seems to me to be a little bit of a signal that he probably won't be in the title picture, at least not for the foreseeable. Obviously
moving to SmackDown, because we know the main event for WrestleMania, or one of the main events for WrestleMania, is going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. So maybe if Roman Reigns retains, potentially he could be the heel to Big E's face. I don't know. I don't know either, and that's the thing as well. I don't see Roman dropping the belt sort of anytime soon either, until maybe like The Rock or someone comes along. It would be nicer if it was somebody like a Big E, you know, someone again who can get up to that specific point to take the belt. But yeah, it's such a shame, and you know, as it says in this as well, Big E's not the one going about sort of spewing his mouth and everything, sort of being upset about this. But I think just a lot of people backstage put a lot of stock in Big E, and he's like, seems like such a nice person. He does as well, and just let him be himself, for goodness sake. You've let him be himself for so many years. He becomes world champion, and he becomes a lot less, more subdued, I'd say, version of himself, and that's not what he should be. Anyway, good luck to Big E going forwards. We love you. We love you, so we do. And now we move on to creative plans brought to this world by one and only Shane McMahon. I can't even say his name without coming out in a rash. What are those lovely creative plans for the Royal Rumble there, Andrew? So, Shane McMahon, by the way, and this might be a surprise to everybody, he wanted to make the entire match about himself. You are joking, right? You are joking. Nowhere. Well, Fightful Select has provided some more information on the ideas that Shane pitched for the match, including McMahon pitching to go on at a spot that would highlight him, with one person noting that he even pitched
being number one. But then Fightful also notes that when Vince McMahon learned of Shane's plans, he wasn't happy about them, and neither was Brock Lesnar. They also went on Fightful to say Shane McMahon was actually supposed to be number 29 and Randy Orton number 28, which were reversed in the match. Those near the situation say they heard Shane reacted hastily, and Orton pretty well informed him he would in fact not be entering Shane McMahon's theme, so Shane probably needed to go out when his number was called.
Well, that's a great thing we've missed out on there. Randy Orton doing the old, hey, here comes the money. But I don't know where all this has come from about Shane McMahon wanting to make everything about himself after the sort of program going into WrestleMania 32 against The Undertaker. We look at that match where, of course, Shane McMahon had an impressive defeat. He was impressive in defeat. He jumped off the cage. He was the Shane McMahon we knew and we loved. Then became the GM of SmackDown, and he promised the SmackDown roster that he would make the show about them before making the show about himself and Bad. You know that guy that appeared and whatnot, that fella. They just made it about themselves, taking away TV time from the talent they promised to give the TV time to. Then we get to SummerSlam 2016. Who's the one to confront Brock Lesnar after Randy Orton gets split open? It's Shane McMahon, because of course Shane McMahon can take on Brock Lesnar. Then we get to the much anticipated WWE program between AJ Styles and Kevin Owens throughout the remainder of 2017. Who was the one who ruined that on multiple occasions there, Andrew?
I believe it was
Shane McMahon. He made himself the referee. He took that away from us. We then go into 2018, and what happened in Saudi Arabia? Was this 2019? I've got no idea. But Shane McMahon beat Roman Reigns. Yes, it was due to Drew McIntyre's interference, but the record books will show that Shane McMahon beat... Oh my God, I'm getting over...
To be the best wrestler in the world.
That was as well. He won that trophy as well. Then we have the whole Raw Underground debacle. I don't know where these rumours of Shane McMahon making everything about himself have come from.
No, not a clue at all. It seems like he's such a nice person that he would give back to people, doesn't it?
It comes from a place when I was growing up. Shane McMahon was absolutely fantastic value for what he did. He would come into a programme, he would do some big silly bollocks, we would be entertained off our seats, we'd be on the floor laughing, rolling around, cheering on Shane McMahon. Go on! Where's the big show and all that malarkey? Which way will he go? Which way will he go? The stuff with Kane, it's fantastic. And then he's come back after WrestleMania 32. He's had a few MMA lessons or whatever, and he thinks he's bloody, I don't know, Cain Velasquez.
He's throwing punches like you seen Hasbulla on Instagram.
Yes.
When he starts hitting people.
Yes.
Throwing punches like Hasbulla.
Just like that. Sorry for getting angry on this Monday morning, but I don't know where these rumours of Shane McMahon making everything about himself have come from. But it's glad to see that didn't quite happen. And obviously, I've got to say, we've got to wish Shane McMahon all the best going forwards, because I don't know what he'll do.
No, I mean, well, he's got his company, hasn't he? That's the thing. He's busy doing something else. He doesn't necessarily need wrestling, does he?
And I don't know why Shane McMahon to AEW is a conversation people are having, but it is a conversation people are having, and it's very worrying.
Just you wait till Wednesday. Tony Khan.
Anyway, a WWE champion has rocked up on the independent scene over here in the United Kingdom. Who is the champion, and where have they been?
The champion is NXT UK champion Ilya Dragunov, and he's been at Progress. So the big moment came after Progress Wrestling champion Cara Noir had faced Dean Allmark with his title on the line at chapter 128 Technique, and that was in Manchester as well. And then Dragunov snuck up behind Noir from behind to remind the champion that he still had his eyes on the Progress Wrestling Championship after being defeated by Noir in a four-way bout for the then vacant title in January 2020.
It's a very interesting thing, this entire Progress relationship with WWE, because we thought that WWE owned Progress. They bought it from Jim Smallman and the other fellas. I forget the other fellas' names. I'm a terrible journalist. Anyway, it looked like they might have sold Progress to this new consortium from Tranmere Rovers Football Club. But then we have stuff like this happening on the same promotion now, where we have Anthony Ogogo for a couple of
that was a bit of a strange one. We didn't know whether the WWE and Progress sort of the partnership or whatnot, the working relationship, would be sort of severed with something like that, but apparently it's not. And we've seen this before. Obviously, we've seen like Pete Dunne when he was the NXT champion rock up on Progress quite a lot, because a lot of he and Tyler Bate obviously came up in Progress and everything, British strong style and whatnot. But this is exciting though to see. I'm glad that we're actually actually getting stuff like this because, again, I mean, Progress is such a big indie company anyway. But like to put a little bit more eyes on the product, get a few more matches out of a few more matches out of Ilya Dragunov, who's probably wondering who he wants to face next on NXT UK. It's an interesting thing
you bring up there because I've done a bit of cage match research here, and he's had 3 matches since ending Gunther's 870-day NXT UK title reign. Those matches, those TV title defences coming against A-Kid, not just a kid, but A-Kid, the wrestler, Rampage Brown and Jordan Devlin. So yes, it will be good to see Ilya Dragunov getting those there reps in.
Yes.
On the independent
Agreed.
scene. And we end this news video this morning with a huge congratulations to Keith Lee and Mia Yim, who got married over the weekend.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of Shelton Benjamin, who hates Mia Yim for some reason.
He was there with his selfie stick, taking videos and
Big
everything.
uncle energy, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what Damien Priest said. But yeah, congratulations to them both.
But yeah.
Amazing couple. Wonderful.
Amazing couple.
Amazing couple. Lovely. They just seem made for each other, Ross.
Of course they are.
That's why they're married.
Of course, they are free agents. And since we're a wrestling YouTube channel, we'll just say that maybe the pair of them will debut at the same time on Dynamite this week. We'll just throw that out there recklessly. Because that's what we do here.
Maybe they get wed on Dynamite as well.
No.
And then Eric Bischoff takes off his mask.
No.
I like it already.
No.
It's Shane McMahon. He's the Reverend. Thank you for watching this
Well,
news.
you just ended the news video on a sour note.
Yep.
Why would you do that? Have a happy Monday, everybody. We'll try to after that nonsense. I've been Ross, he's been Andrew. Shane McMahon forever.